5 Unusual People in the World, Part 35. Hello you guys, I'm Keisha and wish you all a new day full of joy. It is agreed that health is the most precious thing. Only with good health can we realize our dreams and ambitions. However, not everyone can get that luck. Now, let's meet some very special people. Who are they? What are they capable of? Let's meet them in this video. Find out with me through this video. Are you ready? Let's begin. Number 5. Raylynn. Raylynn, from Atlanta, Georgia, USA, currently has a huge fanbase on social networks. She regularly posts photos showing off her crazily sized hips, leaving many people in disbelief. She was repeatedly accused of using Photoshop to increase the size, but then they were forced to agree as she had videos showing off her 70-inch hips. That people suspect Raylynn is understandable, as her upper body looks much smaller than the lower. The truth is that she suffers from lymphedema, which causes the tissues in Raylynn's buttocks and thighs to swell so abnormally. This symptom also leads to her abnormally large hips. Raylynn is now turning her photos into a career. She is offering a subscription to people over 18, giving them access to new photos and videos for $11.99 a month. She denies that the subscription is pornographic and has refused to say that she plans to enter the porn industry. She only uses her photos for the purpose of promoting body positivity. Currently, this attractive girl is working out hard every day to make her body firmer, aiming to become an advertising model. Raylynn's optimistic attitude and lifestyle have even inspired many young people who are visually impaired. We are born with different racial and gender characteristics. We also easily identify gender through those characteristics. But what you may not know is that, in the world, there are actually men with big breasts like women. Let's meet this guy now. Number 4. Guo Qingpo. Guo Qingpo, a man born in 1957, lives in a village in China, has a very different feature compared to his gender, which is a huge breast like a woman. Many have even called him the man with the largest breast in the world. The breasts make him feel ashamed, not daring to meet people. Doctors believe Mr. Guo suffers from a disease related to the metabolism, leading to abnormal adipose tissue. At first, when he saw his breast gradually getting bigger, Guo Qingpo thought he was gaining weight and didn't care much. But then, he noticed the breasts were growing abnormally large. People always stare and point at it, talk about it when they see him on the street. Guo Qingpo rarely leaves his house, only going out when absolutely necessary and at night to avoid being noticed by others. Not only does he receive criticisms, but he is also mocked by people, calling him a monster, an alien, or accusing him of having sex reassignment surgery. Guo Qingpo visited a breast specialist hospital in Beijing, China. The director of the hospital, along with 20 other doctors, planned to operate on Mr. Guo. The surgery lasted 6 hours, and Mr. Guo's 2 breasts weighed a total of 11,023 pounds. After recovering, Mr. Guo and his wife are very happy. He can now start a much better life. And guys, please don't rush to leave the screen. The next girl will satisfy your curiosity, but it's also a sad story. Number 3. Eman Ahmed Albadel ATY. Eman Ahmed Albadel ATY was born in 1981, living in Alexandria, Egypt, who was once famous in the world with a record weight of 1,102 pounds due to an illness forcing her to tie her life to a bed for more than 20 years. At birth, she weighed 5 kilograms and was diagnosed with a syndrome called elephantiasis. At 11, she had a huge weight like an adult. Then, the unfortunate thing happened. Eman had a stroke and was bedridden. After 25 years of sticking to the bed, her weight has reached a record of 1,102 pounds. It causes her caregivers a lot of trouble, and it also results in a series of diseases that greatly affect her health. Suffering from thyroid and heart problems forced Eman to undergo surgery to remove part of her stomach and excess fat. However, it has to be done in India. The medical team and many authorities were very difficult to get her out of the house. They had to tear down the wall, use a crane, and couldn't use the regular commercial plane. Eman's family met a kind man, a doctor in Mumbai, who agreed to finance her surgery. After the surgery in India, this girl has lost up to 452 pounds, an amazing number. She was transferred back to Egypt and continued to receive medical care at a hospital. In 2017, she died suddenly from complications of the obesity, including heart failure and kidney failure. No one wants bad things to happen to their family and children, but we cannot deny that there are many families who still encounter such situations. Number 2. Hou Guozhu. Hou Guozhu, a boy born in 2003 in China, has a very bad condition that forced his family to agree with a partial head removal surgery. Then, Hou Guozhu became famous with the nickname Half Head Boy. Guozhu was born 3 minutes late to his perfectly healthy twin brother. Guozhu suffered from encephalitis, but his congenital disease did not manifest until he was 3 years old, when his left leg frequently convulsed. In 2006, Guozhu's father, Mr. Hou Xiaofeng, took him to a brain hospital in Beijing, where doctors diagnosed Guozhu with encephalitis. After many surgeries, part of his skull and right hemisphere of the brain was removed, leaving him with only half of his head. According to the doctors, Guozhu's surgeries were very successful, and the convulsive symptoms had almost disappeared. The boy's father sold the whole house and used all of the family's assets to pay for hospital bills, but the family still owns the hospital for more than $15,000. Recently, he had plastic surgery to reconstruct the part of his skull to have a normal appearance. Fortunately, the surgery was successful, but the doctors warned that the boy would not be as agile as before and needed a lot of rehabilitation training. Number 1. Jasmin Floyd. The young girl, Jasmin Floyd, a funny and beautiful girl born in 1994 from Connecticut, USA, unfortunately had a shrink disease. Jasmin could not move and walk. She is like a statue, or you can think that she is petrified. Jasmin suffers from fibrodysplasia ossificans progressiva, a very rare muscle disorder that causes the muscles, ligaments, and connective tissues to calcify, forming a second skeleton that makes patients experience a lot of pain and difficulty in movement. Fibrodysplasia ossificans progressiva can cause calcification of the chest. Patients will suffocate or the heart will stop beating as the body does not have enough oxygen. Jasmin Floyd experienced first symptoms at the age of 5 after frequent pain in the neck area. She also suffers from scoliosis, which severely affects her spine. As fibrodysplasia ossificans progressiva progresses, she gradually loses the ability to move her jaw, neck, shoulders, and other parts of her body. Jasmin's life is now confined to a wheelchair, as it is very difficult for her to move. Even simple daily tasks are not easy for this little girl. But Jasmin has never lost her will and hope in life. This young girl's hobby is traveling. She confessed her dream is to set foot in many new lands, make crazy plans, and be ready to experience before the disease gets worse. For me, they are very kind people who give their luck to humanity and take the bad luck. Hopefully, we won't have any more people to suffer from such diseases. We have many other unusual people in the following videos. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bell to watch more interesting videos. And now, goodbye and see you again.